Bug in the rug.
Blue. That one's Elijah. Alright.
Testing,
Backspace switches it from this to this. Up here is your scoreboard. You hit Z to go back and forth. Shift adds, control takes away. Oh, I'm gonna throw.
Oh, that's not good.
So, alright. Right now it's JV for those of you who are tuning in. I'm Gabe. That's Jim. He knows that pretty soon. And yeah. Get the movie under the table. Really hard on the ground. So all the numbers look pretty okay. Yeah, they look pretty not bad. Yeah, Jake, this is the microphone that you're going to be using.
Am I good?
You can adjust it to wherever you need.
I mean, no.
Yeah, as long as you talk into it and not beside it.
Roger that.
Roger, Dodger, all that, and something that runs Dodger.
Oh, there we go.
I don't have any of the JV apps, so we're gonna have some fun. Alrighty. Over the that one, put the hand over it goes. Bailey, they're returning that one. It's like number 9 over it. Right back to that one. And they're gonna use that one on the Panthers. The Eagles team, or we play just about every team in the league. Huskies are at 3 now. So I went up and over maybe returning that one. Number 16 comes back line, sends it to the Panthers side.
Oh.
Secondary finalization not able to be met.
Good net play there. Yes. I am.
Alright, Huskies in the lead. Game number 1. 25-19, I believe. One. Not able to send that one story. Need a signal? Alright, well that's unfortunate. I don't know what caused that. Alright, we're gonna elevate this. I don't like this either. Yeah. So, just knock the rear up in the front. Not able to make a hit on the point. This is our point. Ready?
What?
This is our point. I'm ready to put up a point.
Okay.
Heading it to the right side. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Madison, I'll go through that return. And then send that back to you.
I'm ready.
Oh, man.
Interesting things to say at this moment.
Well, can you see what's going on?
Sorta, yeah. I can see what's going on. I can't really tell who's who, but I gotta figure it out.
I would call this one the change.
That's okay.
Lost signal.
Oh, we're good.
Right field, inbound.
Very nice spot. Turning the enemy team into Swiss cheese with all them holes.
Lost signal. Back.
Gabe, McKenna sent me something on Instagram. She said she can only hear me and not you.
Well, unmute me, kid.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's the top one? Oh, that's the blue mic. Mute that one. Alright, we got a timeout.
Okay.
Let's elevate this.
Not metaphorically, but also metaphorically. Woo!
Can you make sure this is a catch?
Yep.
I don't want it unplugging.
Okay. We have elevated, and hopefully the gameplay will do the same.
Oh, the wires are tangled up now. Alright, let's see how much battery life this thing has left. Alright, back to the normal, regularly scheduled program. Here in the junior varsity game, we got a 3-game series. Panthers right now leading the series 1-0. First game, I believe, was 25-19. I wasn't here for that. I was bleeding out in the parking lot. Substitution. Number 4 is going to come on to play the back row. Number 3 is going to take a seat on the bench. If I knew names, I'd give them to you. All right.
Well, we don't give names here. We only take names.
Look at you doing word things.
Yeah,
Hits that
something like
ceiling
that.
and comes back over. I believe that was the 3rd touch, possibly. After it hit the ceiling, referee just was like. (10-7). Now the score. Panthers in the lead. Mary Grace with that service. Number 12 from the back line finds number 4 in the back middle over to number 1 on the attacking right side. Lot forward, Ellie to Bailey, and that one will clear the netting. Number 11 sends it back to the Panthers' side. Bailey able to find its way into Ellie's hands. Back to Bailey, slaps that one into the back row. Number 4 hits that one first, ricochets off her, and promptly to the ground. Panthers picking up point number 11 there. 4 points is the difference. The underhander from Mary Grace into the back line goes off number 4 over towards that right side. Number 1 able to ricochet that to the Panthers' side. Taylor there with that slapper from the helping hand with Ellie. And the Hendricks sisters claim a point.
Panthers definitely stepping up their communication. Good stuff.
Mary Grace there sending that one up and over. Number 4 able to get a hand on that one. Number 11 with that secondary, and the finalization by number 9. Diving play by Lott into the netting it goes. Not able to make that secondary is Ellie Hendricks. And that will be the Huskies' 8th point of the match. Panthers at 12. Smack comes up and over by number 1 service, goes off Lott, crosses the netting back to the Huskies side, but lands out of bounds. Let me pull out the roster from the tournament. Number 11, they're getting a hand on that one. Bailey, they're sending that one up and across, lands down, uncontested. Panthers now at 13. There's too much garbage up here. Madison Lott takes a seat on the bench. Morgan, number 18, comes out to play the back line. Service by Ellie Hendricks, up and over it goes. Lands, service ace for the Panthers. Panthers now at 14. Ellie there sending that one up and over. Number 12, able to get a hand on that one. 16 with that secondary, and the finalization by number 11, sending it to the Panthers side. Taylor finding its way to Ellie, back over to Taylor, slaps that one up and across with a stick of butter. Number 16, or number 12, able to get that one forward. Number 11 gets called for the carry on that one, and that will be a Panther point, claiming their 15th tally of the night. Ellie Hendricks, they're sending that one up and over. Number 9 with the first diving play by 16, keeps it alive, and 11 finishing that one off. Taylor forward. Ellie with that secondary finalization by Taylor. Gets that up, over, and out of bounds. Service goes into the back line. Ellie forward. Teresa with the secondary. Bailey there with you over the shoulder. Claims that one up and over the netting. Number 2 with the first. 16 with the secondary, and finalization by 4 from the front line. Teresa with that set goes over to Taylor Hendricks. A little bit of a slip up on that one, and that one will land. Husky point. Huskies 12, Panthers 15. 3 points is the difference. We're playing to 25. Win by 2. Service by number 9. Goes up, over, and down without a fight. Number 9 there with that one. Able to get that one up and over. Bailey able to get that one forward. Teresa over to Bailey. Slaps that one up. Not able to send that one across, though, so it hits the upper portion of the netting. Number 9 here to send that one up and not able to claim that one across the netting. Panthers now pick up their 16th point. Bailey there with that underhander, able to get that one shallow. Diving play by number 9 gets that to the Panthers side. Teresa with the set. Morgan there with the left-hander into the back right. Number 12 with the first touch, and number 1 with the secondary. Number 11 there to finish that one off into the back line. Mary Grace dives. Ellie with that secondary ricochets off her and out of bounds. 1 point is the difference. Panthers 16. Huskies are at 15. Service by number 11, just a tad short of the netting. Substitution will be called for the girls in gray. I believe that's number 18 coming onto the court for number 11. Taylor Hendricks sending that one up and over. 16 with the receiving touch. 12 sends that one to the Panthers side. Morgan there returning to favor and claims the point by doing so. Panthers are now at 18. Service by Taylor Hendricks, able to send that one up and over. Number 16 returning the favor. Bailey able to get a hand on that one. Hits the top of the netting. Teresa there with the one-arm swing and gets that hook and alley-oops that one up and over the net. 16 muffles that pass a little bit, and that will fall down uncontested.
That ball in the game. I like that.
Number 7 is coming on to play the attacking row. Number 16 takes a seat on the bench. Referee's just saying you got to substitute behind the 10-foot line, or in front of the 10-foot line, more towards the net. You know what I'm saying. Taylor Hendricks not able to claim that, or pass go on that service. Panthers remain at 19. Huskies pick up 15 on the tally board. Service by number 7. Hits, well, the upper portion of that netting and not able to get that one across. Teresa here to serve this one up. 20-16 is the score. Able to get that one into the back line. Number 18 able to get a hand on that one. Hits the netting. Number 12 in an awkward situation can't come up with the ball. Substitution will be called. Number 4 and number 1 getting voted off the island and taking their spots. Number 14 is coming on for number 1. Number 3 is coming on for number 4. Service by Teresa, able to get that one into the back right side. Number 9 able to turn that one over. Mary Grace gets a hand on that one, not able to get that one back to the Husky side. And the Huskies will pick up point number 17. Here's a service by number 3, able to get that one up and over. Mary Grace returning that one back over. Number 12 returning the favor. Mary Grace gets that one up, hits the netting, goes off Teresa. Back to Mary Grace, slaps that one into the backfield, lands out of bounds. Close. Three points is the difference. Panthers 4 points away from closing out the match. Here's a service by number 3, able to send that one up and over. Taylor Hendricks able to get a hand on that one. Hits the netting. Ellie able to get a hand on that one. Diving play by Morgan. Not able to come up with that one. And it will be a Husky point at the end of the day. Service by number 3, able to get that one up and over. Mary Grace with a receiving touch. Bailey able to finish that off to the Husky side. Number 14 there with the over-the-shoulder bump with the helping hand of number 12. Elliott gets that one into the netting. Diving play by Mary Grace, not able to get there in time. And the Panthers remain 21. Huskies now at 20. Number 3 with the service, able to send that one up and over. Diving play by Bailey, able to return that into the backfield. Number 3 receives that one. Number 12 with that secondary in the finalization, being by number 14. Mary Grace with the first, Ellie with the secondary in the finalization. Not able to be met. Mary Grace gets it on her fingertip, but not able to send that one forward. Tie ball game 21 apiece here in game number 2. Substitution will be called. Madison Lott coming on to play the attacking line, and Morgan will take a seat on the bench. Number 3 with that service, able to send that one up and over. Mary Grace with the first, Ellie there getting that secondary touch. Mary Grace diving for that one, gets that one up and over the netting. Number 9 returns that to the Panthers side. Taylor with the first, Ellie with the secondary. Finalization by Madison Bailey, and that one will land in bounds. Number 12 with the first, and 14 finishing off the play. Lott able to get a hand on that one. Ellie back over to Lott, and that one will be bumped over the shoulder to the Huskies side. Number 14 with the first touch. 12 with that secondary contact, and that will clear the netting. Lott able to send that one over. Number 9 returns that to the Panthers side. Ellie back to Lott, slaps that one up, and over it goes. Number 7 and 18 had a little bit of miscommunication. Neither of them really wanted to go for that one. And Panthers pick up point number 22. Substitution is called for the Slippery Rock Panthers. Here's Brooke Bailey coming on. Mary Grace going to take a seat on the bench. Lott there sending that one up and over. Getting down with that one. Number 14 getting the first touch on that one. And that'll be the Panthers' mark for the 23rd point of the match. Number 1's going to come onto the court in place of number 14. Number 10's going to come onto the able to send it to the Panthers' side. Taylor gets that one forward. Ellie finding its way over to Bailey. Bailey drops that boom into the back line. Drops that one down, and we got a match point, Panthers. Service by Madison Lott, able to send that one up and over. Number 1 able to return that to the Panthers side. Diving play by Teresa. Number 1 able to get that one back over to the Panthers side. Lott able to get that one forward and crosses that line once again. 12 with the initial contact one, finishing that one off. Teresa able to find his way over to Ellie, getting that one over to Bailey. Bailey able to take that one pass with the set. Number 12 able to get that first point of contact. One over the 10, and that one will clear over the netting. Lance on the line. And that will be Husky point. Keeps him alive in this close match.
That was indeed a Husky point. Very much needed in the crucial moment of the game.
I enjoyed that joke.
Thank you.
Number 12 able to send that one up and over. Teresa finding its way forward. Ellie gets that one up, hits the netting, and down it goes. 1 point difference.
Oh my.
It truly is the end game now. Win by 2. Number 12 with that line drive, able to receive that one. Teresa finding Ellie. And then Bailey able to bump that one sidearm. Number 1 clears that, hits the ceiling, and that will be the end of game number 2 and the series. 25-23 being the final score. Panthers take home both games and sweep the Huskies for the junior varsity matchup. We'll move into varsity if the technology permits. Yeah. It's like, I think it's a 20-minute intermission. Maybe it's 14. It's supposed to be 7-minute warm-up for each side.
I don't know.
But
why 7 minutes?
I
I
don't
had
know.
to pick an odd number.
That's a good question.
I gotta know.
But yeah.
There we go.
Looks like we got 20 on
minutes.
the board. Hit backspace orange, and we'll rock and roll. You can hit A to reset score. And just mute mine and Jake's mic. All right, about 1 minute until we start the matchup. Hit the power button. Push it. All right. All right. All right. I've been looking for like a thumbs up or something. Wait. Alrighty, welcome everybody to the matchup this evening. We ask that you'll rise as we open up in a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I ask that you'll keep all the girls safe as they're out there on the court. I ask that you'll help each and every one of them to have a good sportsmanship attitude about them, that they'll have a good time as they're out there. And I ask that you'll keep everyone injury-free throughout the evening. I ask as the event concludes that you'll give us all a safe travel home. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And if you'll remain standing, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flag up by the scoreboard as we play the Star-Spangled Banner. Alrighty, to announce the starting lineups for the Harvest Baptist Academy's Huskies. Number 4, Emily Black. Number 11, Aaliyah Robb. Number 3, Madison Goldstrom. Number 2, Cameron Stevens. Number 7, Kendra Robb. And the captain, number 14, Princia Gressley. And now for your Slippery Rock Panthers, number 1, Juliana Toth. Number 11, Monica Depew. Number 12, Cassandra Eisler. Number 3, Elisa Armour. Number 10, Martha Depew. And your captain, number 5, Laura Holmes. Let's play some ball.
Alright, so I'm Gabriel Eisler. I'm going to be your host today. I smacked my head off the concrete, so if I'm a little fuzzy on the commentary, that is going to be why. I'm here joined with Caleb Eisler in the booth. Randomly, the camera's going to say no signal, so that's just going to be a thing that happens. Can you move your corn dog for me? Yeah, there's so many wires up here. We're so professional, it almost hurts. But yeah. Panthers wearing the royal blue on the left. Huskies wearing the white, the navy blue, and the red on the left. We're going to have a Clash of the Titans here this evening, and it'll all be good. Oh, man. So to give you a little backstory on why I smacked my head off the concrete, I was running out. I was trying to get the internet to work. That's why we don't really have game number 1 of the junior varsity matchup. The internet just simply wasn't working, so I was trying to fix that. And as I was sprinting out the door, I slipped on one of the floor mats, and I kind of went horizontal for a few seconds there, and I kind of landed face first into the concrete. Head busted open a little bit. But I'm here. I'm decently okay to do this. It's not going to be the high quality that you're used to, probably, but nonetheless, we're going to give it our best shot and see how far we can take this thing. The Harvest Husky is going to be starting us off here. Number 4, Emily Black, to do so. Let's rock and roll. Black here with the service, able to send that one into the back line. Cassandra there receiving that one. Finalization by Armour, able to get that one up and over. Kendra able to get a hand on that one. Secondary by Stevens into the middle. Off of Goldstrom it goes, and not able to complete that pass to the Panthers side. Panthers pick up point number 1 here in the best of 5 series. The first 4 games will be to 25, win by 2, and the final game will be to 15, win by 2 as well. Laura Hone here serving this one up into the back line. Net Black able to send that back to the Panthers side. Juliana able to get a first hand on that one. Elise into the back row, and Hone will finish that one off. Cameron able to get that one into the back line. Black able to get that one up. Hits the netting. Not able to make a third touch on that one. Madison Goldstrom there grabbing that one as it hits the netting. And Panthers pick up point number 2. Hone there with that slap across the line. Able to get that one up. Kendra with that receiving touch. Secondary by number 11, Aaliyah. And finalization by Goldstrom. Elise up into the air. Monica DePune just not able to get that one up and across. Huskies pick up point number 1. Caleb, if you're talking to the mic, just have it just eat the microphone basically. That's how I have it set up. Okay. I have a sound gate on, so if you talked normally from there, it probably wouldn't pick you up. Service by Aaliyah, met by Hone, able to get that one forward. Elisa finding Cassandra, tips out one past the netting. Cameron able to get a hand on that one. Ricochets off her and out of bounds. It follows Kendra there. Ready for that one. Just not able to grab a hold of it. Just not. Maybe it's a confidence thing. Who's to say? Panthers 3, Huskies 2. Elisa able to send that one up and over. Goes off Aaliyah into the back line. Kendra able to get a hand on that one. Finalization by Black to bump that one over the shoulder. In the back line there, Juliana grabbing that one. Elisa with that bump in the helping hand. And the finalization by Hone. Black receiving that one, finding its way to Gressley. Up forward, Stevens there slaps that one up and across. Armour forward. Slaps dunking that one down. Goldstrom finds that one into the face of Cassandra Eisler. And the Huskies take home point number 3. Cameron Stevens here to serve this one up, sporting the number 2 in the white. Sends that one up and soaring it goes. I think that curved up a little bit. Hone with the receiving touch. Elisa over to Martha, and that one will be slapped into the back line. Black ready for that one. Secondary by Kendra, and that one clear the netting. Monica forward. Elisa back to Cassandra. Slaps that one up and across. Gressley getting a hand on that one. Secondary and finalization by Stevens. Julian with the receiving touch. Armour able to get that one over to Martha Depew, but not able to send that one over as she steps underneath the line. She crosses it. And the Huskies pick up point number 4 and gaining the lead. Service number 8 of the evening for the varsity matchup. Stevens there to do so. Slaps that one up and across. Goes off Cassandra promptly into Armour. And that one drops without a third touch. Panthers remain at 3. Huskies now at 5. Cameron Stevens there sending that one up into the backfield. Let go by Laura Hone. Matt Hone calling that one in bounds. Our line judges are Luke Good on the Huskies side, Matt Hone on the Panther side, and Lou, the referee, as usual. Cameron Stevens there, sending that one up and over. Goes off of Monica DePew and out of bounds. Panthers remain 4 points is the differential. I can do math, just not right now. Panthers 3, Huskies 7. We got a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Stevens there with a slap with a stick of butter, sending that one up and across. Martha DePew just not able to tame the beast as it ricochets off her and out of bounds it goes. 5 points is the difference now. And the crowd will fish that one out of the fish tank and sell that one for $1. Cameron Stevens there with that service. Not quite able to get that one up and across as it hits the netting. That'll be a service error. Panthers looking for a substitution. Clara Melvin coming onto the court, number 13. And Juliana Toth taking a seat on the bench. Serving this one up, Monica DePew, number 11 on the Panthers side. Sends that one up and soaring. Goes off of, I believe that to be Aaliyah Robb, and out of bounds. Panthers gain point number 5. Here's a service from Monica DePew. Slaps that one up and over with a stick of butter. Receiving hand, Aaliyah. Secondary by Black, and that one will clear the netting. Martha forward. Lisa back over to Martha. Now will be slapped up and over. Gressler receiving that one. Rob able to get that one forward and crosses the line. Eisler sending that one back over. Stevens over to the Panthers side. Hone forward and able to get that one over to Armour, and that one will cross the line. Looking to get a hand on that one was the team of Gressley and Goldstrom. Both of them not able to come up with that one, and the Panthers gain point number 6 on the tally board. Service there by Monica DePew. Let go by Cameron Stevens, and correct in doing so, Huskies pick up point number 9. 6-9 is the score. Addison Goldstrom serving this one up. Sticks that one up and over it goes. Martha DePew gets that one forward. Armour able to hit that one past the netting, but they're going to call Emily Black in the net. So the Panthers pick up another point as sequence concludes. 2 points is the difference. Panthers down, but they're not out. Cassandra Eisler here, number 12, to serve this one up and over. Sticks that one up and over. Cameron able to return that one to the Panthers side. Monica DePew able to get that one forward. Armour over to Hones. Drops that one like it's hot. Man. Panthers gaining point number 8 up there. Makes it a 1-point differential. Cassandra, they're sending that one up and over. Cameron able to get that one up. Crosses to the Panthers side. Drops down out of bounds. Leaving that one out of bounds is Melvin. Score is now 9-9, tied up like a hog in a rodeo. Cassandra Eisler, they're sending that one up and over. Down without a fight, and the Panthers gain the lead from the service ace of Cassandra Eisler. Sorry if I'm a little shaky. The blood loss is starting to get to me. Eisler, they're sending that one up and over. Stevens back to the Panthers side. Let go by Cassandra, and that one will land out of bounds. Panthers now at 11. Huskies at 9. Eisler there with that service, able to send that one up and over. Cameron able to turn that to the Panthers side. Martha goes forward. Elisa getting that one up into the air. Hone there with that left tip, able to get that one up and over. Gressley back to the Panthers side. Hone forward. Armour able to get that one over to DePew. Martha able to send that one up and over. I think she stepped over the line, but I'm going to let that one go. Gressley forward. Black slaps that one into the back line. Out of bounds is the call. And the Panthers pick up point number 12. Service here by Cassandra Eisler, able to send that one up and over. Receiving that one, Goldstrom forward. Black able to hit that one pass the net. Hone there with a diving play, keeps that one over to Armory. Left side it goes. Melvin able to send that one up, but not able to make that one over. Panthers now remain at 12. Eagles now, or the Eagles. Huskies now at 10. Genevieve, the libero, substitutes off and coming back out onto play. I believe that to be... sorry, I just blacked out. Kendra Robb coming back out on to play the attacking line. Martha DePew going off onto the bench and coming back out to play the back line. Katrina Eisler, number 22. Panthers up 13-10 right now. Here's Katrina with that service. Sends that one up and over. Goes off of Goldstrom and out of bounds. Panthers picking up point number 14 here in game number 1. Oh, how the turntables. Eisler there with that service, sending that one up and over. Gressley able to get a hand on that one. Helping hand of Aaliyah. Stevens not able to send that one up and over. It looks like the offense of the Huskies side just a little cluttered on that play. And they're just not able to pass go, not able to collect $200 on that one. Panthers 15, Huskies 10. Katrina with that service. Black able to return that to the Panthers side. Diving for that one. Hone not able to get underneath it in time. And the Huskies now at 11. 4 points is the difference here between the white and the blue. And Genevieve is coming on to play the back row, and she's going to be the one serving this one up today. Taking a seat on the bench, Kendra Robb, number 7. Hone there receiving that one. Katrina Eisler with that secondary. Hone there with that slapper, able to get that one over, but is indeed out of bounds by about 2 feet as the call from Luke Good is made. Panthers 15, Huskies 12. Service by Genevieve, able to send that one up and over. Armour for Eisler, able to bump that one over the shoulder. Stevens into the middle, aggressively able to get a hand on that one. Back over to Stevens, sends that one into the back line. Diving for that one. Monica DePute just not able to come up with that one. And the Panthers remain at 15. Huskies now at 13. Service here by number 1, Genevieve Henderson. Armour over to Eisler, able to send that one up. Hone there, tipping that one past. Emily Black trying her hardest not able to get that one over though. The first touch, she did touch it twice, but the rule is the first one was a block, secondary was a hit, so that is allowed. Clara Melvin going to take a seat on the bench, number 13, and coming on to play the back row, Juliana Toth, number 1. Sending that one up and over, aggressively able to get a hand on that one. Secondary by Aaliyah, blocked down by a Hone. They're going to say that one was by the netting. No touch from the Panthers was made as Cameron Stevens makes a touch. That is called the 4th touch. You're only allowed 3 in this game. 17-13 now the score. Diving play by Gressler, able to keep that one alive. Stevens there tipping that one past, not able to get that one over as the net just shuts it down. Border Patrol says no way Jose to that one. Panthers picking up point number 18. Juliana there sending that one up, hits that netting and down without a fight. Service error rings true. Panthers remain at 18. Huskies picking up their 14th point of the match, though. 4 points is the difference, and we'll play on. Emily Black there sending that one up and over. Cassandra from the back line able to get a touch on that one. Juliana diving for that one, gets that one across the netting, but is indeed out of bounds. Huskies now at 15. 3 points is the difference. Emily Black here to serve this one up, number 4 in the white. Slaps that one up and over with a stick of butter. Monica DePue able to get a hand on that one. Katrina Eisler able to get that one over towards that right side even farther. Hone there sending that one over with a set. Goes off of Aaliyah and down without the second touch. But if you want to get technical with it, its second touch was by the ground. So the Panthers pick up point number 19 of the match. Timeout by the Harvest Huskies. And we'll have a little bit of an intermission here. 1 minute starting now. So, Caleb, what do you think of the volleyball so far?
They're doing it.
Like if you had an amount of work that they're doing out there on the court, how much would what kind of work would it be?
Hard work.
If they had one dish, what do you think? What kind of work do you think went into the dish?
Hard work.
Interesting. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
What's one pregame meal that you think that the two teams could have eaten before the match that would maybe elevated their game a little bit?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
Yeah.
Like what kind of sauce on that, red or white?
White.
Like the long noodles or like the small little tube ones?
Small little tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's jump right back into the action here. 19-15 is the score. Panthers up by 4. Laura Hone there with that service, able to send that one up and over. Stevens able to get a hand on that one. Goldstrom with that secondary, and that'll clear the netting. Armour forward. Katrina back over to Armour, and that one will be slapped up and over. Diving play by Gressler, able to get a hand on that one. Aaliyah getting that one back over to Stevens. Slaps that one up, goes off the block of Cassandra. Monica able to get a hand on that one. Eisler over to the shoulder. Katrina there clearing that one up. Aaliyah getting that one back over to Stevens. Bumps that one over the shoulder, crosses the line, and Hone there receiving that one. Katrina Eisler able to get that one up into the air. Monica able to send that one across the netting. Black able to turn that to the Panther side. Monica throws it up and crosses the netting as well. Stevens throws that back to the Panther side, but not able to play the ping pong, and that one will land out of bounds. Panthers at 20 now. Laura Hone there with that service, sends that one over Genevieve, able to return that to the Panthers side. Hone forward, Katrina over to Monica. That one will complete the play. Genevieve able to get that one forward. Kendra, not Kendra, her sister is the one that made that play. Able to get that one over to Stevens for that final touch. Aaliyah being the one to set that one up. Panthers now at 21. Hone able to send the one up and over. Inbounds. You can't grate cheese much closer than that. But the Panthers pick up point number 22 at the end of that play. And we have brought Elvis back. We lassoed him up, tied him up, threw him in the trunk, and decided to drive him back to the building so we can continue playing on. Panthers 22, Huskies 15 here in game number 1. Service by Laura Honey, able to send that one up and over. Gressly back to the Panthers side. Armour able to receive that one up to Katrina Eisler, able to throw that one over towards that left side. Monica Pugh throws that one up, blocked away by Goldstrom, I believe. Stevens there with the helping hand of Aaliyah, able to claim that to the Panthers side. Juliana able to get that one over to Katrina, sends that one up and over the netting it goes. Drops without a third touch from either team. And the Panthers pick up point number 23. The intimidation factor there, just the deciding factor at the end of that play. Laura Hone there sending that one up and over. Goes off Genevieve into the hands of Emily Black. Sends that one back over to Leah Robb. Just not able to send that one up and over. We got a match point for the Slippery Rock Panthers here. 24-15 now the score. Sending this one over is Laura Hone. Clears that netting. Emily Black back to the Panthers side. Diving play by Hone. Goldstrom not able to dump that one back down the garbage chute. And the Panthers take home game number 1. 25-15, 10-point differential here. We got a 3-minute intermission. We'll bring you right back whenever these two teams are ready to rock and roll once again. I'm going to teach you how to set the timer. Here, mute me. You muted yourself. I guess we're just going to jump right back into it. Both teams anxious to get back at it, so that's what we'll do. So Caleb, what do you think of the volleyball so far today?
It's been pretty good. I can't see what team it was, but someone had some pretty bright pink shoes, and that really helps the other team win because it's blinding the home team.
Her?
Yeah, her. Perfect.
Kendra out here styling. Here's Hone with that service. Gressler getting a hand on that one. Kendra there getting that one back into the middle. Stevens there with over-the-shoulder bump. Hone there receiving that one on the Panthers side. Armour able to get that one over to Monica, and that one slaps up into the netting. And the Huskies pick up point number 1. 1-1 now the score. Genevieve going to come into the play, the back row in place of Princia Gressler. I feel like I mispronounced her name because whenever I did the lineups, everyone laughed whenever I said her name.
They did? I noticed.
Cassandra getting the first touch on that one. Hone able to get the secondary and finalization by Monica. Goldstrom finding its way over to Aaliyah. Then Stevens there slapping that one over with a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog. And that one will land out of bounds. Panthers picking up point number 2. Serving this one up, Elisa Armour, number 3 on the Panthers side. Sends this one up and over. Kendra getting a hand on that one. Clears that netting and lanes out of bounds. 3-1, Panthers in the lead. If the scoreboard says one thing, just wait until just do what I say, Orange. Goldstrom sending that one up and over. Cassandra able to get that one over to Elisa. There's that one back over to Martha. Throws that one a little bit too hard, and that one lands out of bounds. Panthers remain at 3. Huskies now at 2. Princia Gressler coming back on to play the attacking line in place of Genevieve Henderson. There we go. See, I knew I was right. Sending this one over, it looks to be Aaliyah Robb. Goldstrom back to the Panthers side, gets that touch, and a little bit of miscommunication between Elisa and Cassandra on the Panthers side, and we got a tie ball game here today. Here's Aaliyah Robb with the service. Gets that one up and not quite able to make that one over. Panthers pick up point number 4 as the result. Service by Monica DePuy, able to get that one up and over. Goldstrom able to get a hand on that one. Prince able to get that one back into the middle. And Stevens there with that finalization. Monica able to receive that one. Elisa back over to Martha, throws that one up and over the netting. Stevens forward, Gressley back over to Stevens. Tips that one past. Martha able to get a hand on that one. Armour able to get the secondary. Cameron Stevens calling for being underneath the net, and the Panthers pick up point number 5 as Stevens is caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Service by Monica DePuy, able to send that one up and over. Kendra getting a hit on that one, throwing that one forward. Cassandra returning that to the Huskies side, diving play by Aaliyah. Goldstrom tries to tip that one up and over. Stevens keeps that one alive. Martha forward, Elisa back over to Cassandra, tips that one past the block, diving play by Aaliyah. Hits the netting, then Gressley not able to turn that one over are the Huskies, and the Panthers pick up point number 6. 3 points is the difference. Service by Monica DePuy, able to send that one up and over, down on her knees, getting that one black over to the Panthers side. Martha tips that one up and over the netting. Gressley with that first touch. Stevens there with that secondary and throws that one up and across. Julian able to find his way to Armour, tips that one past and finds an open spot in the defense and picks its pocket. Panthers now at 7. So, Orange, what's the color of the day?
Blue.
Blue?
Blue.
Okay. Cameron Stevens returning that to the Panthers side, getting that one back to the the Huskies. I'm going to just stop and start from here. All right, Elisa Armour able to get that one over to Cassandra. Tips that one past the netting. Black able to get that one over towards that right side. Gressley able to get that secondary touch. Goldstrom there throwing that to the Panthers side. Hone forward. Elisa able to get that one over towards that left side. Juliana able to crack that one like a whip. Genevieve with that first touch. Black able to return that to the Panthers side. Martha, Elisa back over to Martha. Cracks that one up and over. It goes Genevieve with it out in play. Keeps that one alive. Gressley going over to Goldstrom. Returns that to the Panthers. Elisa up into the air. Cassandra there slaps out one. Tries to drop that dynamite. Cameron Stevens called for the carry. And that'll be another point for the Panthers side. 8-3, extending their scoring streak to, I believe, 5. Service by Monica DePuy, send that one up and over. Lands out of bounds, and the Panthers not able to capitalize on and continue on their scoring streak. 8-4. Now the score. Cameron Stevens here serving this one up on the left side of the court. Interesting spot. Monica DePuy able to send that one forward. Armour looking to tip that one past. I'm going to say Elisa stepped over the line before the ball hit the ground. If she was able to hold on for a tad longer, it would have landed in bounds and been Panther point, but nonetheless, Huskies pick up point number 5. Cameron Stevens there sending that one up and over from the back line. Monica finding Elisa, able to get that one over to Cassandra. Tips that one into the deep field. Stevens forward. Gressley able to send that one over the top. Martha, Elisa, then to Juliana able to return that to the Huskies side. Stevens back over to the Panthers. Monica forward. Elisa back over to Martha sends that one careening out of bounds. A little bit too much power on that spike. 8-6 now the score. Service here by Cameron Stevens, number 2. Slaps that one up and over with a stick of butter. Hone with our first touch. Elisa getting that one to the back line. Finalization by Monica. Diving play by Gressley to the Panther side. It goes. Cassandra over to Juliana. And then Hone from the back line slaps that one up and across with the side of Rice. Gressley finding its way to that left side. Kendra able to finish that one off. Cassandra able to get that one over to Hone. Sends that one back over to the Huskies. Genevieve forward. Goldstrom there tipping that one past the netting. Martha forward. Elisa over to Juliana. Slaps that one up. Not able to get that one across. And the Border Patrol shuts that one down promptly. 1 point is the difference. Timeout by the Slippery Rock Panthers. 8-7 now the score. And we got a minute to burn. All right, for those of you at home, if I call Caleb Orange at any point in time, those are both his names. So just roll with it. So, Orange, what's the news on the best movie ever?
I'm not going to say it.
Well, what's the title of the best movie ever?
Not going to say it.
Why not?
It's gay.
You could pick literally any movie you could possibly think of, and you're going to go with the gay one.
It's a good movie. Yeah, I'm going to go with My Little Pony.
What's your favorite part in My Little Pony?
When the ponies did pony things.
That's my favorite part, too. What was your favorite part? Like, comment, and subscribe if you had a favorite part.
That was loud.
A little bit. I'm so out of it right now. I'm working on like my final brain cell, but I have been for the past 3 years of my life, so it's nothing new. All right, Cameron Stevens here, serving this one up. Able to slap that one up and over and grate the cheese while she's at it. Cassandra able to get that one over to Elisa, back over to Martha, slaps that one up and across the netting and lands in bounds according to the line judge as well as the referee. Panthers now at 9, Huskies at 7. Cassandra, they're sending that one careening over. Genevieve returns that to the Panther side. Monica goes forward. Elisa up to Hone. Tips on pass. Out of bounds. It falls. Huskies pick up point number 8. Panthers remain at 9. Goldstrom, they're sending that one up, hits the netting, not able to pass go, not able to collect $200. Panthers pick up point number 10. 2 points is the difference once again. Still got signal? All right, it's cutting out.
Yep.
Stevens are getting that one over to Gressley, able to send that one across. Laura Hone throws that back down to go to shoot, and will claim a point at the end of. Just. All right, that should work. The wire keeps falling off the table, and it has a loose connection, so, you know. Kendra lets that one go. Panthers on a service error there. Martha Depew, the one to slap that one up and over. 9-11 is the score. Huskies down, but they're not out. I really despise this cable. Diving play by Kendra, not able to turn that to the Panthers side, and the Panthers pick up point number 12. Can you try plugging it back in, maybe? I'll keep you updated on commentary. Juliana Toth here at the surface, able to send that one into the center field. Receiving that one, Goldstrom over to Black, gets that one up into the center middle. Kendra swings at that one, but the ball lining up pretty much perfect with the netting, makes it a difficult play. The Panthers pick up point number 13. Service by Juliana Toth once again, diving for that one. Goldsmith forward. Kendra, they're bumping that one up and across with a third touch. Deep into the Panthers zone, gets that one forward. Elisa able to send that one up and over with the backwards tip. Cameron Stevens over to Leah, bumps that one over the shoulder. Lower Hone there with a beautiful spike, able to send that one up and over. Goes off to Goldstrom, and Goldstrom, it wasn't the hardest spike in the world, but it was like medium sized. Like, yeah. Try turning it around, see what happens. Juliana Toth goes forward. Elisa gets that one into the back row for the attack. Martha throws that one over with a little bit too much mustard. 14 for the Panthers, 10 for the Huskies. I don't know what's up with it.
Stupid.
Kendra Robb there with a service error. Hits the ground about 12 feet ahead of where she initially made contact. Panthers 15, Huskies 10. Laura Hone with the service, sends that one up and over. Gressley down on her knees, gets that one, goes a little AWOL. Aaliyah Robb tries to get that one back into the play. Diving play by Goldstrom, tries to save that one out of the gutters, but Panthers pick up point number 16 from the broken play. Laura Hone there with that service, sends that one up and over. Gressley from the back line, sends it back even farther. Kendra goes forward, and Emily Black able to bump that one over with the sidearm. Cassandra there with the attack, not able to claim a point from the back line. Goldstrom forward, and Ilya able to send that one up. The Panthers coming back with a very vicious attack. Elisa Armour there sends that one down, finds a loose ball, and smacks that one down. Off of Goldstrom it goes, and the Panthers pick up point number 17, 17-10, and we got a timeout. Let me see if I can find another connector or something. I don't have too many extra parts, but... Oh, that hurts so bad. Sometimes it's the HDMI cord, but... Oh, that's the camera's no signal.
Ah.
That's not Elgato's no signal. That's Elgato's no signal. That's the camera's no signal. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see if I can do this real quick. The camera is extraordinarily hot. I don't know what's up with it. The full video will be up later on. I'm recording it as of right now. I think it's the mini HDMI cord, but I'm not sure. Laura Hone with that service hits off Gressley and out of bounds. on that service. Gressley just not quite able to grab a hold of that one firmly. And she will take a seat on the bench. Genevieve Henderson, the libero, will come out to play center field. Laura Hone with the service, sends that one up, skips that one across the netting. Genevieve diving for that one, meets her hand as it meets the ground, and that one will be a Panther point. 19 for the Panthers, 10 for the Huskies. Service by Laura Hone, sends that one towards that left side, returned by Emily Black, crosses the netting. Martha DePue sending that one back to the Huskies side. Aaliyah getting the first touch on that one, and all 5 players look at each other. Who's going to get the second touch? And none of them do. Panthers pick up point number 20. 10 points is the difference, 20-10. Laura Hone there with that service, leans to the right side this time around. Received by Cameron Stevens. Ricochets off of her and towards the backfield. Tried to be kept alive by Henderson with the final touch. Not quite able to make it to the netting. Lands about 3 feet short of the middle line. Panthers now at 21. Huskies at 10. Laura Hone with the jump serve. Hits the netting and down short of the defense. And that will be a service ace for Laura Hone. Oh, we got a shoe tire out of there. I'm gonna try to cool down some of the wires, see if that helps out. Yeah. Service by Laura Hone, sending this one up and over towards that right side. Henderson, the libero, sends that back to the Panther side. Slap down by Laura Hone, goes off Henderson and down with a beautiful play. Panthers now at 23. Clara Melvin coming onto the court. Cassandra Eisler going to take a seat on the bench, and Clara Melvin will be playing the front center position. Or the front left position, my bad. She's going to be the middle hitter, though. Laura Hone sending that one up and over. Swing and a miss by Kendra Robb, and that one will land in the backfield. Panthers match point. I honestly don't know why it's doing that. I've never had this issue before. Laura Hone here to serve this one up. 24-10 is the score. Laura Hone with another jump service, able to send that one up and over. Henderson able to turn that to the Panther side. Laura keeping that one alive with 2 fists. At least Armour swinging at that one, just sends that one farther into the crowd. And the Panthers remain at 24. Huskies pick up point number 11. Emily Black, number 4 on the Huskies side, to serve this one up. 2 side steps to the right. Going to serve this one up from the center of the court. Slaps that one up and over line, drive into right field, kept alive by Martha. Really sends that one to the netting, and Melvin there to clean that one up. Emily Black sends that to the Panthers side with 1 firm touch. Elisa Armour with the secondary, and Monica DePue able to send that one up and over. Goes off Kendra into the Panthers side. Elisa Armour able to return that one back over to Monica DePue, and they'll slap that one up and across with a stick of butter. Aaliyah Robb tries to get that one to her teammate, but sets it too close to the net. As it hits the net, it falls down to the ground, and her team just not able to recover that one. That'll be the end of game number 2, 25-11. Panthers in the lead. Or Panthers take home game number 2, and they're leading the series now 2-0. Let's try to fix this one up. I don't know if we're going to go with the 2-minute intermission or not, but yeah. Don't mute me at all if we don't have video.
I won't.
These wires are extraordinarily hot. I don't know what's going on with this, but sometimes it just be like it do. But yeah, all this missed footage will be up on the Oatmeal Guy. If you click the little eye on the top right of your screen, you'll find a link to the Dumb channel as well as the Oatmeal Guy. And the Oatmeal Guy is where all of your fast pass, your first pass videos will be hosted at. So yeah, if you don't want to wait for something to be edited, which takes quite a while, go there. I believe the Cheswick game will be up later on today for those of you that are wondering. Yeah. I have no idea why it's doing this. I've never had this problem before. There's no other way to get a video into this. It sucks. Try something. We got 1 minute until we start back up into game number 1, or game number 3, my bad. Hey, would you look at that? All right, so did you see how I did that?
No.
I right-clicked on the video capture, hit properties. I just deactivated it and turned it back on. All right, so if you ever have that problem and you're watching this and you use Elgato, just turn it off and turn it on again. It works. Who would have thought? All right, I got an idea for the next season of home games. What we're going to do is start having games like, guess that Disney Channel song. And we'll play like 1 second of like a theme song and see if you can guess it or whatever. I think that'd be like a fun little game. Like Pair of Kings and like Shake It Up and all that.
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony, yeah. Just like random cartoon shows and see how many you can get right before like the 3 minutes are up.
That would be fun.
Because that's within the copyright law, because it's literally a second.
Yeah.
So like you can rig the system a little bit. But yeah, as the referee checks everyone's positioning, we'll jump right back into the action. Game number 3 here, ready to get underway here shortly, and we'll get ready to jump up and get jiggy with it here promptly. This time around, Katrina Eisler and Clara Melvin going to be starting out there on the court. Here's Emily Black here with the serve. Sends that towards that left side, a little bit too far, leaning to rock with it. And the Panthers pick up their first point of the match, 1-0 the score. Laura Hone here to serve this one up, spanks that one up, and across it goes. Kendra returning that one over. Laura able to get a hand on that one. Secondary by Katrina Eisler back over towards that left side. Melvin diving for that one, hits Cassandra with it. Now will be the 4th touch of that sequence. Panthers 1, Huskies 1. Here's Gressley with the service. Slaps that one up and skips that one across the leg. Melvin there diving for that one. Tries to get a hand on that one. Katrina Eisler swings, but not able to make contact. Panthers remain at 1. Huskies now at 2. Just trying to grab onto whatever life they possibly can here in the game. And so far, not doing too bad. Cassandra Eisler there, not able to help out her team as it skips off her and out of bounds. It falls. 2 points is now the difference. Huskies in the lead. Princey Gressley here, sending that one up and over. Getting a hand on that one. Juliana Ford. Katrina there dumping that one off. Hits the ground. Out of bounds is the call. To get back into that 2 window mode, just hit studio mode underneath start recording. Serving this one up. Princey Gressley able to get that one up and over. Cassandra able to get that one back over to the Huskies side. Playing a little bit of ping pong here. Cassandra deep into the Huskies side. Throws that one Kendra over to Aaliyah. Goldstrom there throwing that to the deep right side. Goes past Juliana Talk on defense and lands. Claiming point number 5 on the tally board for the Huskies. Here's Gressley, number 14, sending that one up and over. Hone able to get that one forward. Katrina able to get that secondary touch into the back line once more. Hone there dropping the boom, but Gressley returning that one up into the air. Kendra, Ford, Aaliyah there finishing that off. Juliana with the first diving play by Katrina Eisler, able to keep that one going. Finalization by Monica DePew, lands out of bounds too far to the right. And that will be point number 6 for the Huskies in the crowd. It's starting to get hyped up like a hamster on Red Bull. Princey Gressley able to send that one up and over. Laura Hone able to get that first touch on that one. Katrina able to get that one back over to Hone. Slaps that one up and across with a stick of dynamite. Returned by Emily Black. Claire able to get that one over. Katrina with that secondary. Cassandra there sending that one up and over and lands in bounds. Panthers now at 2. 4 points is the difference. Huskies 6, Panthers 2. Martha DePew going to come on to play the attacking line, as well as Elisa Armour coming out to play the front line. Taking their seats on the bench, Katrina Eisler, number 22, and Monica DePew, number 11. Elisa Armour in the back line here, serving this one up. Underhands that one up and over. Kendra with that first touch. Aaliyah over there with that secondary. Hits that one up and over. Cassandra dumps that one back over to the Huskies side. Gressley able to get a hand on that one. Secondary by Aaliyah. Able to get that one into the middle. Goldstrom there tipping on one. Pass back. Cassandra blocks that one. Stevens hits that one, but lands out of bounds. Panthers now at 3. We got a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. Service by Armour, able to send that one up and over. Stevens over towards that Panther side, able to get that one across. Elisa there dumping that one off. Ready for that one. Black throws that one forward. Nobody there for that secondary touch, and that will be a Panther point at the end of the sequence. Panthers now at 4. Elisa Armour here sending this one up and over with the underhander. Gets that one to the back line. Kendra able to receive that one. Throws that one up and across. Cassandra tips that one back. Huskies just not ready for that one. And the number 12 in blue claims another victim. Panthers now at 5. Huskies at 6. Sending this one up and over. Elise able to get that one to the back line. Kendra returns that to the Panthers side. Cassandra slaps that one up and over. Diving play by Stevens. Returns that, but not able to keep that one in bounds. Panthers, Huskies tied up at 6. Elise Armory able to line drive that one up and over. Stevens able to try to shoulder bump that one back up and over. Black able to get that one over to Leo. Throws that one up. Nobody diving for that one. Madison Goldstrom not able to claim that one for the Huskies. And the Panthers now gain the lead 7-6. Elisa Armour there with that service, able to send that one into the back line. Gressley able to find its way forward. Cameron able to send that one with the over-the-shoulder bump. A little bit too much mustard on that one and deemed out of bounds by the line judge. Elisa Armour here with another service to continue her service streak of, I believe, 4 to 5 serves. Cameron able to send that one back over to the Panthers side. Hone forward. Elisa able to get that one over to Cassandra with the over-the-shoulder bump. Able to send that one to the back line. Gressley able to get a hand on that one. Secondary by Aaliyah. Throws that into the netting. Cameron makes contact with it, but misjudges how stiff the netting is, and that one will fall without crossing the net. Timeout by the Harvest Huskies. 9-6. Panthers in the lead by 3. You want to know what else is involved with the number 3?
What?
The amount snails sleep.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
How could you forget your favorite meme?
I was too interested in that air hockey game going on. I think the score is 6-7. Let Matt go.
If I knew their names.
I have no clue. All I know is the boy was winning.
Oh, boy's looking up. Oh, he swings and a miss. Oh,
Get it.
one more time. Leans over to the girl's side. Slaps that one over. Not able to score on that one. Oh, she did. Goal. My money's on the girl.
Yeah. He's making a comeback.
You're not supposed to agree with me. Then we don't have a betting wager.
I mean, like, she has the momentum. It's all about momentum in that game.
You don't know how to do commentary unless it's hockey, do you?
Yeah.
Goldstrom forward. Able to set that one up. Leah not able to claim that one over. What's up?
Like, the momentum just swaps back and forth all the time. It's kind of weird.
It's like ping pong. Armour able to send that one up and over. Goldstrom able to get a hand on that one. Ricochets off her. Gressley getting a hand on that one. Called for the carry. And the Panthers pick up point number 11.
Like football, there's the drives and all the momentum's right there. So if there's a fight that's going to break out, the momentum's not going to switch because of it. Like in hockey.
Elisa, they're sending that one up and over. Black able to turn that to the Panthers side. Getting underneath that one, Martha forward. Elisa able to back set that one over to Melvin. Stevens forward, able to get a hand on that one. Rob able to throw that one to the Goldstrom dive and play by Juliana. Oh boy. All the adrenaline wore off on me and now I'm in a world of pain. Cameron Stevens there sending that one up and over. Cassandra getting that one forward. Armour able to find its way over to Martha. Slaps that one up and over it goes. Replayed by Aaliyah. Back to the Panthers side. Cassandra over to Armour. Gressley there returning that to the Panthers side. Melvin able to get that back to the Huskies side. Gressley goes up into the air with that one. Rob able to get that one over to Goldstrom. Hits the netting on that spike and the Panthers pick up point number 12. I might pass out. I'm really lightheaded right now.
Don't worry, Matt will catch you.
What?
Don't worry, Matt will catch you. He said he would catch me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Melvin throws that one up and over. Black able to get that one back over. Cassandra dumps that one down, but kept alive by Goldstrom. Martha able to get a hand on that one. Elisa back over to Martha. Slaps that one up and over the netting it goes. From the back line, Stevens finding Aaliyah. Goldstrom there from the center. Throws that one up and over to the Panthers side. Diving play by Hone. Gets that one to Elisa. And then finalization by Juliana on that left side. Kendra forward. Goldstrom there from the center. Finishes that one off. Armour throws that one back, trying to catch him sleeping, but diving play by Aaliyah keeps that one going. Juliana able to get a hand on that one from the front left, finding Cassandra in the center. Gressley returning that one over to Aaliyah. Tipped over by Goldstrom. Armour back to the Husky side. Throwing that one right back is Aaliyah. Armour able to get that one over to Martha. Throws that one up and over from the back line. Stevens finds Kendra on the left mid side. Hits the ceiling. One more touch permitted and is made. Goldstrom able to dig that one out of the gutters. Armour gets that one over to Cassandra. Throws that one into the back line. Stevens there ready for that one. Getting a hand on this one. Aaliyah over to Kendra. Hits that netting and falls short of the requirements of getting that one across. Panthers are now at 13 in game number 3. If the Panthers win this game, they'll take home the series and the bragging rights of the evening. But if the Huskies take this one home, we'll go into a game number 4. Also played at 25, win by 2. They're slapping that one into the back right. Goes off Kendra and careening out of the building, and Elvis has just left the building. Panthers now at 14, doubling the Huskies' score currently. And here's Clara Melvin with the service, number 13 in the royal blue. Slaps that one up and over with the side of gravy. Hits that net. He makes it an awkward situation to deflect that one. Aaliyah Robb, not able to play 4D chess out there. Still learning the basics of chess in the 3 dimensions. Melvin with that service. Gressley finding that one forward. Getting a hand on this one. Aaliyah Goldstrom, they're sipping that one past Cassandra with a secondary touch. Not able to make that one effective. Both of her hits hitting the netting. And once again, that is perfectly legal. First touch was a block, so she gets a secondary touch. You're not allowed to make 2 plays on the ball that are not involved with blocking. Hone forward. Armory able to get that one over to Martha. Slaps that one up and over, but Stevens ready for that one. Aaliyah able to get that one back over into the middle. Black there with the over-the-shoulder bump. Clears that netting. Melvin goes forward. And that one will land. Elisa there being very cautious of her position and the netting's position. And the Panthers once again double the Huskies' score, 16-8. Cassandra there with that service, able to send that one up. Not able to make that one over, though. And the Huskies now at 9. Aaliyah Robb here with the service, number 11 on the Huskies side. Sending that one up and over with a love note. Able to get a hand on this one. Clara Ford. Elisa slaps that one down. Is Martha Depew. And at the end of the sequence, will claim a point. I like that voice crack. Players a little too anxious to take that court, and they got to wait for the coach or the referee to tell them it's A-OK. Martha Pugh and Elisa Armour taking a seat on the bench, getting voted off the island and taking their spots. Monica Depew on the front row and Katrina Eisler on the back. Katrina Eisler there serving that one up. Aaliyah able to get that one forward. Gressley there with the over-the-shoulder bump, able to make that one deep into the Panthers zone. Cassandra able to get that one forward. Hone able to find its way over to Juliana, and that one will be slapped into the back right field. Cameron Stevens able to get that one over Kendra, and then over to Goldstrom, finishing that play. Hone forward. Katrina back over to Monica, able to clear that netting. Kendra back to the Panthers side, drops that, boom. And the line judge calls it in bounds. Let's see a replay on that one. Not now, but maybe later.
I said that was out.
Oh, yeah, it was out by like 2 or 3 feet.
Luke's just blind.
Kendra with that first touch. Aaliyah with that secondary. Diving play by Gressley, able to send that one to the Panthers side. Juliana able to get a hand on that one. Katrina there with that secondary touch. And finalization by Monica Depew. Kendra there returning that to the Panthers side. Cassandra receiving that one over to Katrina. And that one will be into the hands of Hone. Throws that one up and over. Just not ready for that amount of power to be behind that ball. Aaliyah Robb, just wrong formation. And Henderson will take onto the court, and taking your seat on the bench is Aaliyah Robb. That one will land out of bounds, and the Huskies are down 9-20 in game number 3. Panthers lead the series 2-0. This is a best of 5. Katrina Eisler there with the underhanded service, able to send that one up and over. Gressley back over to the Panthers side. Melvin able to get a hand on that one. Hone with the over-the-shoulder bump, able to clear that netting. Goldstrom with that first touch. Princey able to get that one forward. Black there into the Panthers zone. It goes that attack. Katrina getting a hand on that one. Goes over to Juliana and throws that one deep. Henderson able to get a hand on that one. Gressley forward and slapped over by Black into the backfield. Melvin able to get that one forward. Katrina throws that one over. Hone with that saving grace, but that is the 3rd touch, sadly enough. Huskies pick up a point as the Panthers make their 4th touch on the ball in one play, and that will be held at the fault. Panthers 20, Huskies now at 10. Hone able to get a hand on that one, throwing that one up. Black throwing that back to the Panthers side. Diving play by Juliana keeps that one going. Hone able to slap that one over. Gressley there with the backside over to the Panthers side. Diving play by Melvin. Juliana then Hone, and that one will hit the ground. Panthers remain at 20. Huskies now at 11. 9 points is the difference. They got some momentum going. Let's see what they do with it. Kendra there sending that one up and over. Monica able to get a hand on that one. Katrina there able to get that secondary dump over. Gressley back to the Panther side. Hone throws that one back over. Gressley there with a beautiful one-armed play off the bicep. Katrina over to Hone, slaps that one up, skips that one across the leg. Stevens ready for that one. Henderson able to throw it to the Panthers side. Hone able to find its way over to Katrina on that right side. Throws that one to the right even farther. Monica able to slap that one up over. Cameron getting a hand on that one, and that one will land out of bounds. And there's Marie Depew. Long time since, feels like it's been an eternity since I've seen her play some volleyball. Slap goes over by Juliana Toth, able to get a hand on that one. Kendra back over to the Panthers side, returns that one. Cassandra finding his way forward. Katrina there with that secondary touch, sets that one up for Melvin, slaps that one up and over. And Princia able to get this final touch on that one. We're helping hand of Black. Juliana getting a hand on that one. Katrina throws that up and over and inbounds by about a foot. Panthers claim another point, 22-11. Look at all those 2s and 1s up there. Ain't that pretty?
A little bit.
Kendra there returning that one, and that one will break all those 2s and 1s up there. We'll add a 3 into the mixture of things and just have a good grand old party up there. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They're returning that back over to the Panthers side. Juliana able to get a hand on that one. Katrina over to Hone. Tips that one past the block. Princia able to get a hand on that one. Stevens able to throw that back to the Panthers side. Melvin able to get a hand on that one. Katrina over to Martin Codepew. Henderson back to the Panthers side. Returns that one. Katrina throws that to the Husky side. Lands out of bounds is the call from the line judge. Huskies 12, Panthers 23. Aaliyah Robb taking the back line in place of Genevieve Henderson, number 1 in the red jersey. Service by Emily Black sends that one careening over the netting. Hone able to receive that one. Katrina getting that one up into the air. Monica able to throw that one up and over with the fingertip. Goldstrom back over to Gressley, able to throw that one back over to the Panthers side. Getting a hand on that one. Juliana finding its way to Katrina. Hits that netting, almost knocking the candy cane out of its socket. But ball not passing go, not collecting $200. Panthers remain at 23, and the Huskies only 10 points down now. Emily Black there with that service, able to send that one to center field. Goes off to Cassandra Eisler, diving for that one. Laura Hone just not able to get there in time, and that will be the end of that. Panthers remain 23, Huskies now at 14. Emily Black here with the service. Cassandra there receiving that one. Katrina Eisler able to get that one over to Laura Hone. Slaps that one up and over with the side of rice, but a little bit too much rice and buries the main dish. Can't do that. That's just not gourmet etiquette. Adequate. That's the word I was looking for. Emily Black there sending that one up and over. Juliana finding its way to Katrina, throws that one back over. Cameron Stevens over to Gressley, back over to Stevens, slaps that one over, but Hone denies that one. Henderson somehow read that play and kept a hand on that one, but not able to send that one up and high enough. I had just a million miles an hour on that play, and that was something else. Laura Hone there sending that one up and over. Henderson returning that to the Panther side. Laura Hone able to get that one over to Katrina, sending that one up into the air. Melvin there looking for the over-the-shoulder pump, able to clean that one up to the Huskies side. Cameron over to Gressley, that one will be to the Panthers. Hone forward. Katrina able to get that one over to Monica, able to send that one up and over the netting. Cameron over to Gressley, clears that netting. Goldstrom throws that back over to the Panthers side. Cassandra returns that one to the Huskies side. Goldstrom over to Stevens, slaps that one over and out of bounds. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the evening. Panthers take home game number 3, sweeping the Harvest Huskies 25-15 here in game number 3. And what you think about that volleyball?
It's good.
And there you have it. You have anything you want to say to the guys at home or girls?
I just do. Oh, Space does that.
What does Space do? Oh, that's because you clicked on the studio mode last. Anyway, that'll conclude the evening here. I'm Gabriel Eisler. That's Caleb Eisler. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.